What's up, everybody? I'm Trap, and I love movies. Today, we're talking about The Conjuring. In anticipation for The Conjuring Last Rites coming out soon here, I thought it'd be fun to go through these. So this one, released in 2013, kicks off another franchise for James Wan of huge money-making blockbuster horror movies. They follow the investigations of Ed and Lorraine Warren, and this one in particular primarily follows the story of Roger and Carolyn Perrin back in 1971 moving into a new house with their 5 daughters and their dog, and all of the hell that they dealt with after that. Of course, these are based on true events. I'm sure they're very dramatized for Hollywood, but I'm not going to try and say what happened to this family or not. There's lots of cool interviews with the family out there, even in the special features, but take it as you will. I'm looking at this and rating this as a Hollywood film, not a based on true events documentary or anything like that. So for me personally, I love haunted house films. They're probably my favorite subgenre of horror. I enjoy possession in movies, but that usually comes with exorcisms in movies, and I'm kind of on the fence with exorcisms. It's just a personal thing. I'm not religious by any means, so there's always a part of my brain that finds it kind of just takes me out of the element, I think is what I'm trying to say. I'm not bashing on religion or anything like that, but yeah, I love haunted house films, and this one is, I mean, it's got to be like top 3 haunted house films for me. There's a lot of really good ones out there. I haven't put much thought into that, so maybe that'll change over time as I review more movies here. But I love this movie. So things that work for me in this movie, I would just say most of it, honestly. I love this movie from beginning until almost the very end. I'll get into that in a moment. I don't really have many gripes with this movie, and all of the ones I do have that I can think of right now are very minuscule. They're not like problems or things that I strongly dislike about the movie. They're just little things that bug me. So most of this movie works really well for me. I love the production design, the house. I love the way it looks and feels when you're in there. The movie feels very real. It feels very grounded. Everybody's acting is really great. I love the story. I love the backstory to the story. It's a great introduction to the Warrens on this movie franchise level. There's some really cool, iconic for me, shots in this film that kind of lingered in my brain after seeing it for the first time. Yes, there's a lot of jump scares, which I am completely burned out on, unless they're done in a clever way. But there's also a lot of like lingering, slow burning scares in this movie too. A lot of good scenes with stuff like that that really stuck in my brain. So yeah, without spoiling anything, I would just say most of this movie works great for me. Things that didn't work for me, I guess there's a few small things with audio or maybe a way a line is delivered here and there that don't ruin the movie for me. The main thing that bums me out, I don't even want to say bothers me or ruins it for me or anything. It's like literally the last 11 or 12 minutes of this movie. It's not bad or anything. It's just typical, And moving right along, I can't really say much else without spoiling stuff. So if you haven't seen the movie, just go watch it. I mean, it's probably on Netflix or one of those things you're probably paying for already. I'd be very surprised if you're watching this video and you haven't seen it, but either way. But I'm going to get into a little spoiler rant here, so there's your warning. So right off the bat, I thought it was really cool that they were planning ahead. They knew that the Warrens have so many cases in their history of doing this kind of work. They can make a franchise out of this. I mean, they have so much material to pull from. So I think it's cool that they were thinking ahead and immediately introduce us to a completely different investigation they did regarding the Annabelle doll, which kind of turned into the face of this franchise, for better or worse. Thought it was a cool introduction. It's a cool way to kind of drop you into this movie, making it feel realistic and showing people's true fear. And it's just a great way to start a movie like this, in my opinion. Regardless of the Annabelle doll or whatever involved, just that scene I thought was done really well. Then we're introduced to Roger and Carolyn Perrin moving into this new big farmhouse with their 5 daughters and a dog. And there's a really cool, long-lasting kind of one-shot scene of the move-in. Like you got the cool music in the background. It's traveling along, kind of following a daughter to this daughter to that daughter. It's really well done and choreographed. Like I said earlier, I love the general atmosphere or aesthetic that you get from the house itself. They do a good job of making things seem very peaceful and bright and happy in the beginning, and that kind of slowly degrades as the movie goes on. One of my few little gripes with the movie is the scenes with April. I'm not trash talking a child or anything like that. I don't expect child actors to be seasoned pros or anything like that, but it just feels like every time April delivers a line in the movie, it kind of just takes me out of the moment. A lot of them, you can tell, are obviously re-recorded in an audio booth later on, which I'm sure a lot of movies do that with most scenes, but they're usually done and edited really well. A lot of her lines feel forced. I don't know. It's just one of those little things about the movie that bugs me. I'm not gonna lie. The scene where she's playing hide and clap, I think they call it, with her mom after the clap. She comes in and just like super quick delivers like 3 lines off screen, and it just feels like it was choppy and forced. I don't know.
Ha! You took your blindfold off. I win. You weren't even warm, Mom. I was in Christine and Nancy's room.
Like I said, meaningless gripe. Just little things that bug me. Feel like I gotta say. This is a rant, as it is. As far as the rest of the acting in the movie, I mean, the rest of the daughters do great, especially the one who gets her feet pulled in bed. I mean, she sold that so well. That scream, like I have to like turn my volume down every time I get to that scene because her scream is just so insane and intense. While I'm on that scene, I really love the fact that you don't see anything behind that door. She's just like kind of pointing with her weird little curled finger point. It just takes your mind to wherever it thinks it has to go, and that's always so much worse than what you get visually out of most horror movies, in my opinion. My biggest dislike about the movie is, of course, the dog dies. God damn it. Can we get a horror movie where the dog doesn't die? I know there's probably one or two out there. Leave those in the comments below. If you know of a horror movie where the dog doesn't die, maybe I haven't seen it yet, and I would love to watch it. Like I said, great cinematography. There's a lot of cool shots in this movie where you feel like you're there with them. Things are lined up and lit great. One that just pops off the top of my head, the sheet scene, where it quickly almost grabs onto a figure, a human-shaped figure, and then blows off up to the window. I think the timing of that was done really well. That whole scene could have ended so badly if they did a number of other things to it, in my opinion. If the sheet lingered there, or if the figure moved or something, but it's just a quick, long enough for your brain to realize that that's a human shape and there wasn't a human there. That's kind of weird. It's flying off already. I think that was done really well. Even though it's essentially kind of a jump scare, and I could like dissect it down to seconds if I wanted to, but the scene where you see Bathsheba up on top of that cabinet, really cool and unnerving. The camera pans up, I think, and you see her, and it's that initial moment where your brain is realizing, kind of like with the sheet, that's weird, what is that? And then you see the face. That's the kind of stuff that I think is truly terrifying in these movies. If you have to show something visually, that's the way it's done, in my opinion. It almost immediately cuts to a bam, a close-up with the jump scare sounds, and she jumps off. All that I can do without. It's that initial realization that there's something or someone up there. I really love the 70s aesthetic to this movie. I love the old gear they're using when they're going down in the cellar and stuff like that. I feel like the movie has aged really well too, whereas if I go back and watch the first Insidious movie, it's not the same as when it came out. I don't get any of the same feelings or sensations watching that movie as I do watching this one. Thought it was cool that we get a little cameo from Lorraine Warren herself out there in the crowd of one of their little presentations. That was cool. But yeah, lots of cool, creepy vibes and scenes in this movie. But I think the one that I enjoy the most and stuck with me the hardest after watching this for the first time, right near the end when Carolyn is becoming fully possessed and they're down in the cellar and they put the sheet on her and tie her to the chair. I feel like that leads into one of the coolest shots, and that is their use of silence and kind of a slow burn into this rising of her chair. And you're seeing everyone's facial reactions because that is some bonkers shit. That is such a cool scene, man. I also really like that when she starts coughing up blood, she's still under that sheet, so you just see the effect through the outside of the sheet. It's not like some over exaggerated CG mass puking thing. Like I kind of briefly mentioned earlier, I just really don't like the last 11 or 12 minutes of this movie. You can get to where she gets out of her restraints, she's crawling through the walls, Ed yells something at her, and she turns, and it's Bathsheba's face. That's the exact moment that I can just turn this movie off and walk away. I get it. It's a Hollywood picture. It's based on a true story too, which like I said, I'm not getting into any of that. This is just it as a movie. I get that the studio probably wanted a happy sunshine, everything's going to be okay ending. And that's fine. Like it is what it is. It's not that I dislike endings like that. It's just so typical. It's just such a ball of cheddar cheese for me. I mean, you got the family outside hugging, you got the sunshine outside, you got the happy, peaceful music. The little daughter walks up the little necklace to her and they're hugging. It's just like, all right, click. I get it. Doesn't mean I like it, but I get it. So I'm going to give this movie 4 out of 5. Like, I don't know, 99% of the movies out there. It's not a perfect movie or anything. I've been trying to think of if I even know of a 5 out of 5 movie in the horror genre, but this one's really close, man. Most of the things I dislike about the movie don't impact the movie itself. Not a huge fan of the last few minutes, but I can say that about almost all horror movies in general.
Nah, I didn't like the ending.
So I think it deserves a nice solid 4 out of 5. But what did you guys think about The Conjuring? Let me know down in the comments. Are you excited for the new one coming out? I know there's a trailer. I haven't watched it yet. I generally don't like to watch trailers, but might have to with this one. But I'm definitely excited for it. Let me know. I'd love to get your input on this. If you enjoyed this, please like, please subscribe. It would really help out a brand new channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. I hope to see you guys next time. If you want me to keep running through these movies, let me know in the comments as well. And remember, if your dog refuses to go in the house, maybe you shouldn't either. See you guys next time.